Civilian bridges across Cambodia have been destroyed in airstrikes and shelling by Thai forces. On December the 15th at 10:08, Thai airstrikes took out bridges in the Siem Reap province. This, along with the naval blockade and continued shelling, is leading to an increased humanitarian crisis with up to 500,000 people currently being displaced. These developments raise urgent questions about the risk to civilian life and compliance with international law. The Ojik Bridge connects civilians to many of the places where they buy food, and it's a major arterial bridge allowing those in crisis to move out of the crisis zone. This is 70 kilometers into Cambodia. This is not right on the combat zone. This is a bridge that is being used by civilians to leave the area. This follows on from the destruction of bridges across Pasat and Koh Kong province over the weekend. This has left many civilians isolated, without aid and without an easy escape route. Although they do have access to further ways of getting out of these zones, this has really made it a much more difficult journey for them to get out from. Destroying civilian infrastructure has a purpose, and it is not a defensive purpose. It lays the ground for ground invasion, which is what we are facing right now. These bridges are 70 to 90 kilometers inside Cambodia and well away from active combat zones. The Fourth Geneva Convention, Article 53, states that civilian infrastructure is not to be destroyed during a conflict. This is made especially important with the fact that Thailand is dressing this as a defensive conflict. These bridges are not only arterial bridges, but they're in parallel. They're doing some of the smaller bridges that would aid civilians getting out of the combat zone. This gives Thailand a clear military advantage by not allowing Cambodian troops to redeploy to their border to protect their citizens. No evidence shows that these bridges were used for military purposes at the time that they were destroyed by the Thai military, both Navy and Air Force. These airstrikes have taken place alongside a naval blockade that was enacted on Saturday. This has further complicated the situation in receiving aid to communities that have been cut off by recent fighting. Such widespread targeting of civilian infrastructure within the interior of Cambodia is entirely consistent with the preparatory movements of a military when planning a full-scale ground invasion. So with bridges destroyed